Welcome to all. Let's go understand for default file structure. So today we will understand before going for a installation. First, we need to understand the architectures of a Linux file system. What is the default Linux file system? Let's take example here. First, Windows. We will compare with the Windows first here. Now, when we are installing a Windows, we are installing a Windows C drive and we are getting this default directories. We are not creating this directory. For example, Windows, which is a main, program files, users, or others created by a, we have installed some software. They have created these some. Okay. So Linux file, Windows file system is a independent here. C drive, D drive, and E drive. For example, if you want to remix, you don't need to format these two drives. Your data is saved. You need to reformat and you can install the OS again here. But in the case of a Linux, it's nothing like that. It is work. The Linux default file system architect is a hierarchical architecture. Hierarchical architecture, it is a tree based, or we can say parent and child. So here it is a slash. Slash we called as a root file system. Okay. And super user in a Linux also we called a root. So don't be confused. The slash is a root file system and super user is also root. What is a super user? Same as like a window administrator. You have a power, okay, more power than compared to normal users. Okay, so here we called as a root. In Windows, we called as a administrator. So now let's come on this point here. So slash is a parent, and after that child will came in a pictures here. Child 1, child 2, child 3, child 4, etc. Okay, so here slash. So all these directories are created by default. We have not created similar as like a Windows here. Okay, here we are giving a slash here. So here we are defining a different size here. Here also we can give a different size here. So let's say as a layman, consider as it's a parent and these are the brothers. Okay, after they want to segregation between the brothers and they want to give a like a land. So 2 biga land they have given here, 4 biga and 8 biga, for example, some lands they have given here. So same, if you want, you can give here also. There is no restriction. But yes, here it is a hierarchical architecture. So it is a dependent on parent here. Here it is not dependent on parent here. So here is nothing like that. Suppose if I want to remix, can I save my data here? No, nothing like that here. Here we have another methods that called a NFS. You can put your data on a storage and different. That's a different story, but not right now here. Okay. So first we called as a slash file system. So how much size it would be? So if you are going for a minimal installation, then you can install a operating system minimum 2 GBs also, but that is not recommended. 4 GB also, that is not recommended. So what is the best size as per if I'm talking about a corporate level, it must be 50 GB to 60 GB. Okay, so that is the least size we need to give. 50 earlier we had given 40 GB as well also, but sometime log we are capturing a log, so log will increase the size more, so decided later 50 GB or 60 GB. But if you want to install a minimal installation, minimal, I'm not saying a graphical, suppose if you want to go GUI, so it will take a more size here, because here I need to install more package. But if you want to go a list, yes, you can install in a 2 GB, 4 GB, but it's not good practice, so I'm not recommended here. Now, slash file system, where our all the default directories comes in these pictures here. Now, let's learn one by one all. In bin directory, what happened inside a bin directory? So bin inside a directory having a binaries of the normal user as well as root user. So let me show you. And before that, let me show you one more thing here. So here you are able to see this sign here. Okay, what does it mean by it? Is a it called a soft link in a Linux language. Okay, same as like a desktop shortcut. So original path is here under a slash usr bin. Original path is slash usr slash bin. Okay, and here it will show as a bin. Okay, so It is a desktop shortcut as like what we called as a soft link. Soft link. There are two types of links, soft link and hard link. We will learn these things in coming lectures, but right now we are learning only here soft link. Okay. So today I'm not teaching you any command again here. So just I'm teaching you the concept only. So focus on concept only. Later I will let you know. So today, whatever the commands I'm using, that is for demonstrative purpose only. Okay. So now let me log in on the server here. So I'm on the server. So I think the session has been expired. Let me duplicate its session. Okay, so I'm a normal user. So EC2 user here, I'm a normal user. So how can I recognize I'm a normal user in a Linux? So let's learn these things first here before go there. So let me explain here. If you are able to, I'm talking about it right now, bash shell. This is a bash shell property. I'm talking about a bash shell. So it means if it is a dollar, it means it is using for a normal user. It is a host name. It is your username. Entitled means home directory path. Let me log in as a super user and let me differentiate here also. Now you can see everything same except dollar. Here it is showing a hash. So that is identity of a super user, a normal identity. Okay. So this is super user. Later I will let you know the user ID and group ID. Later we will discuss, not right now, just for as a right now as a layman, I have show you like that. Okay. Now let's discuss about it. Comes on the picture here. So here we are learning about a first soft link. So I said soft link is the same as like a desktop shortcut. Let me show you here. Now I have a ID man here, or I have a zoom here. It is showing on a desktop, but if I right click here, property, in here you can see the target location. So same like that is showing as a target location. Okay, so target, it is a original location here. If I delete it from here, so there is a no use of this one. Okay, if target location has been deleted, so there is no use of here shortcut. Same as like here in a Linux also. Okay, so I'm talking about it bin here. Let me show again here. So here slash bin, and it will show usr slash bin here. It is a target here, and it is here. It is your like a desktop shortcut. We called as a soft link here. So what is inside in a slash bin? Slash bin inside a binaries. Okay, that binaries, sorry, binary. So these cd slash bin. Okay, so here you will see number of binaries. So binary is nothing, just a command. Okay, these are the commands here. Suppose let me grab any command, for example, grab, and I will use a, I'm using a uname command. Yesterday I have used a uname command. So now you can see uname command is here. Okay, don't worry, whatever command right now I'm using, please ignore it here. Okay, so now uname here is binary. So these binary can be accessed by a root user. Right now ID, let me make a ID. I'm a root user, super user. And super user ID is a 0 user ID. I'm a super user here. Let me run this command uname -a. I am able to execute this command. Let me exit from here. Now I am a EC2 user. Let me make a ID. Right now I'm a EC2 user here. Okay, as a normal user. Now let me execute this command again. I am able to execute a command. So now in binary slash bin, what happened inside here? So slash bin, inside we have a binaries. So these binaries are using by normal user as well as super user. So these binaries used by a normal user as well as root user. Okay, but it's opposite here. Swin. Swin is used by only super user. Only super user, super binary. Okay, let's say I will show you some example of here now here. So right now let's check a path of any command. I'm using a bitch command, fdist here. Okay, later we will learn all these commands, don't worry. Okay, so here I want to show you swin is there. Okay, so swin super binary. Let me execute this command here. Is it I'm able to execute or not? Here, bad uses. Let me make a L, permission denied. If I log in as a super user and I want to execute say -L, I'm able to execute. But some cases what happen, you need a super user, you want to run super user commands. Yes, you can run that commands. We need to use a sudo here. So right now, this is not our topic right now. We'll learn about how to configure sudo. With the help of a sudo, you can execute your normal binary as well as super binaries. So what does mean by normal binary? Means /bin binaries as well as swin binaries. So inside you have a commands. In simple words, if I can say, inside a /bin, inside a /bin, having a commands. So bin can be who can execute only normal user, and here normal user as well as a root user, and swin can only execute by a root user. So here I have mentioned here also. So I did a documented here. I will share this documented after the end of the class here. So contains essentially binary files as used by normal user as well as a root user. Now let's come on the /boot. So in /boot contains the boot files, okay, boot process, and where we'll get the kernel, initial RAM file system, bootloader. Okay, so let me show you here. So now let's discuss about it. Let me duplicate the session. Okay, so now let's discuss about a /boot. So inside a /boot, we will find our kernel files here, cd/boot. Okay, so here, so let me show you here. So now let me use a uname -a. So hope you yesterday you have remembered I discussed about a kernel and what the kernel is doing actually. So kernel is the heart of the operating system. So now you can see the version here. I'm using a 4.18 version. So actually Linux is a file based. Linux OS is file based. Okay, so here you will get everything in a file here. So right now you will see these are the kernel files. So /boot inside a kernel as well as initial RAM file system. We'll discuss later, not right now. Contain grub files. Okay, we'll discuss later when we have good knowledge. Then I will discuss details in all these things. But as of now, for your understanding, what is inside a /boot? So /boot inside your kernel file, initial RAM file system, grub files here. Okay, so here you can see here your grub files here. Now the size is something 62 MB or something here. So you can see here, these are the same version 4.18. You can see here. So here only kernel files. Don't touch this directory /boot until you have not a good knowledge. Either your system will crash. So as per best practice, so right now I'm using a VM. Okay, I'm using a VM here, df space -h. So df space -h command is a similar, like I'm click on my PC and you will see the C, D, and E drives, whatever. Okay, so here also I am see here /file system here, but /boot is not here because it is AWS. So they follow the standards. So they have given here 10 GB. See here 10 GB, and how much it is using 3.5 GB. Available is a 6.5 GB. So here, so I just recommended here as per best practice, what should be the /boot. Why I'm telling this should be because when we will learn how to install operating system next lectures, we will learn how to install. That time we need to define we need to know what does mean the slash boot, what is inside. So I will give here 400 MBs only. Even 200 MB is sufficient here because these are kernel files here. And don't we put any other files here. Okay, so as for best practice, you can give 400 MB. So inside a slash boot, you will find your kernel files, your initial RAM file system, your grub files. We'll discuss later in details. Now, let's come on the slash dev part. So slash dev part is using.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you short. Can you go back to that diagram?
Yeah, sure. Diagram or console?
Yeah, here. I keep wondering, what are those on the left side mean? Those that RW on the left side.
Where is RW?
By root. All those commands when you run list on top.
Yeah, df space -h I have executed here. You are asking about these things?
No, I'm asking about the one on top. The one on top.
Yeah,
that's
these. Yeah, so
ones.
yeah, so Avina, please ignore all these things right now. Okay, so these means read and write. So right now, please ignore. Later we will learn all these things. When I will come on the file permission part, you will learn more that time. So it means read and write. Okay, so X means execute. Okay, so we will learn that time these things. Okay, just right now I have shown you what happened inside a slash boot. Right now the concept, we want to understand the concept here. What is inside a slash? Why we are using a slash boot? Okay, so slash boot we will using for a kernel later things, kernel or initial RAM file system or grub file here. Okay, bootloader. Okay, later I will let you know, explain about more things here. So right now, just as of now, you can understand what is inside a slash boot. So slash boot inside a kernel, initial RAM file system, grub files are there. Avina, now it's fine. Okay, so we'll discuss later in this lecture also. Okay, that's the meaning of. Okay, now let's continue with a slash dev.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so session has been expired. So let me make a duplicate session again. So here it is taking it. So inside slash dev means it's look like a device, right? So right now, you know, hard disk is attached in our operating system. So where is the path? We want to know the path. And right now, if I'm using a df space -h, you will see something is came here with a slash dev, Okay, devices. Okay, you will devices here. So here, this is a hard disk path slash. So let me show you hard disk here. LSCSI. So let me make as a sudo here and okay, it's not reporting here and ls block. So here it's reporting. Okay, so now you can see right now here Amazon, we have given a disk that is the size of a 10 gigabyte here. This disk has been given by a AWS. Okay, storage, they have given us a 10 GB and created a partition here. This is a partition they have created here. Okay, so here you will get your hard disk information. If you're attaching your USB, you will get a USB pen drive. If you're attaching your a CD-ROM, you will get a CD-ROM information here. So let me show you here CD-ROM as well, also USB also. So let me go inside in this directory here first, /dab. So now interesting things I will let you know here, /dab and the name of a here. So is a disk name, and ls-l, and here it is creating your pseudo terminal as well, also tab pts, and let me make a as a star. Okay, so later I will let you know what's now. You can see here. So here you will see later we will learn all these things in a file permission parts. Don't worry. Right now, just I'm a little bit exploring here more. B means block file. Block file means you can read and write the data. Okay. Here it called a character file, where also you can do read and write operation, but not but only one person at a time. One person. Okay. Here you can do a parallelly.